Hi, everyone. Welcome. We'll give folks a minute here to join. Okay. All right. I have 1 o'clock Eastern, so we'll go ahead and get started here. Hi, everyone. Welcome to today's presentation. Thank you for being here. My name is Kaya Swift. I'm the Marketing Director for Heller Consulting, and today's presentation is all about Salesforce Marketing Cloud. Before we get started, a couple of things. First, today's webinar will be running until 2 p.m. Eastern Time, and a recording will be sent to you tomorrow. And all of your attendee lines have been muted. So if you have a question during today's presentation, please drop those in the question box. I will be monitoring that, and we will do our best to get to everybody's questions at the end of the hour. And with that, it is my pleasure to introduce our two speakers today. First, I am joined by Adam Kay. Adam, could you please tell us a little bit more about you and the work that you do at Heller?
Certainly. My name is Adam Kay. I'm a digital consultant with Heller's digital and strategy practice. I joined the team in 2021 after spending more than 10 years working for an online marketing agency that works exclusively with nonprofit organizations. I work on a wide variety of projects, including marketing automation, solution selection, and the implementation of various digital tools. I live in Austin, Texas, with my wife, 2 kids, and a cat, and I enjoy sports, movies, and hanging out with my family.
Awesome. Thanks for being here, Adam. We're also joined today by Leanna Weedman. Leanna, could you tell us a bit about yourself? Oh, Leanna, did we lose you?
It looks like we might have.
Okay, we will come back to Leanna. She is going to be rejoining us here. But I will talk a little bit about Heller Consulting for a minute while we're waiting for Leanna. Leanna is going to be talking a bit about Marketing Cloud, but before we get there, context about Heller Consulting. So we have been in the nonprofit technology world since 1996, and we have been an official Salesforce partner since 2008. We've implemented Salesforce products for hundreds of organizations during that time, helping organizations with strategy, implementation, and post-launch support. We have a team of wonderful people spread across the United States and Canada. All of them come from nonprofit backgrounds and have certifications in project management, change management, and of course those technical Salesforce certifications. We are proud to serve exclusively nonprofit organizations and higher ed institutions. And we are a certified B Corporation, and we consider ourselves to be a values-driven company. Leanna, are you back?
I am back. Sorry
Yay!
about that.
Okay, let's go back. No worries. Welcome back.
Yay, technology. I'm going to keep the webcam off so that I don't get kicked out all of a sudden once again. But I am here. So maybe Kaya mentioned it, but my name is Leanna Weedman, and I'm a senior consultant with Heller's digital and strategy practice. So I joined the team in 2020 after spending more than 15 years working for a large nonprofit art museum in the Midwest. So I wore many hats over the years, but I rounded off my time there as a Salesforce administrator and a constituent data manager. So like Adam mentioned, I think he mentioned, fairly certain he did, I work on a variety of projects from strategy and roadmaps to solution selections and implementations of various technology tools. I live in Minneapolis, Minnesota with my fiance, and I absolutely love reading and searching for mid-century decor and collecting vinyl.
Awesome. Well, welcome back, Leanna. Let's talk through a little bit about our agenda today. So we have an action-packed hour for you. We're first going to be talking about what is Salesforce Marketing Cloud, kind of level set of what the basics are about that product. Then we're going to be talking about key features that we think are important for nonprofits to know about Salesforce Marketing Cloud. We're going to be doing a live demo, or Adam is going to be doing a live demo. And then at the end, we will wrap up with your questions. So to start us off, what is Marketing Cloud? And you'll see that there's an extra word there. What is Marketing Cloud engagement? So there are now several different products that fall under the Salesforce umbrella of Marketing Cloud. And today's conversation will be about what is now called Marketing Cloud engagement, which used to only be called simply Marketing Cloud. There is also another product that is under that Marketing Cloud umbrella called Marketing Cloud Account Engagement. That used to be called Pardot. We won't be going into full detail about Pardot today, but I will be sure to send all of you in our email tomorrow a bunch of other resources about Pardot and what the key features are of that product. So for Marketing Cloud engagement today, what is it? It is a digital marketing automation platform. And what does that mean? It means that it was designed for marketers, and it is an incredibly powerful automation tool. You can use it for email marketing, content creation, personalization, segmentation, campaign automation, SMS, and more. When you go into the tool, which we will see later on from Adam, you will see two different types of modules. The first is called Studios. The second is called Builders. When you think about studios, think content and channels. And when you think about builders, think mainly data and campaigns. So studios allow you to manage and create content along with your marketing channels. And then the builders help you manage your data and develop automations. And that works as a crisscross functionality, meaning that you can create items in studios and then use them in builders. You can create items in builders and then use them in studios. Another thing to keep in mind is that Marketing Cloud Engagement is a separate tool from Salesforce. It's a separate database, it's a separate license, it's a separate login, and it connects to your core Salesforce platform through a connector. And that connector works in both directions, meaning that it will sync data between Marketing Cloud Engagement and Salesforce. So I just wanted to give that context before we move through today's conversation. And then another thing to keep in mind is that when you think about Marketing Cloud engagement in particular, at Heller, we like to think about marketing tools in three different buckets. The first bucket is a basic email marketing tool. That second bucket is marketing automation tools. And then that third is marketing platforms. And Marketing Cloud engagement falls in that third bucket, is a marketing platform. And I won't read all of the bullets here, but basically that marketing platform is going to make sure that your audience has a great experience with your brand, no matter how they are interacting with it. So operationally, for marketers, it helps you keep your marketing tasks and your outcomes organized, flowing smoothly, and it can really help you make sure that you are getting the right message to the right audience at the right time. And because it's so powerful, it can make your marketing messages feel more personal and relevant to your audience and helps them feel better connected to your organization and your cause. The reporting and analytics functionalities also are really helpful for nonprofits in particular. It can help you see which efforts are doing well, which ones are maybe missing the mark. And with AI features that are continuing to be rolled out and improved, you'll have even more information available to you about which campaigns are working and how you can improve upon your campaigns. With that, I'll turn it over to Leanna.
Thanks, Kaya. So as Kaya mentioned in an earlier slide, Marketing Cloud Engagement is licensed and sold in 3 different editions. So the Pro edition is the entry-level offering that includes a lot of great features. And this is really personalized marketing automation with email solutions. Everything you need to build and send complex and personalized email communications, including, an integration with Salesforce Sales or Service Cloud, advanced automations, and triggered communications. Next, we have the Corporate Edition, which offers personalized cross-channel strategic marketing solutions. So this edition includes everything that the Pro Edition offers, plus mobile messaging and Journey Builder, which allows you to configure highly complex constituent journeys that provide dynamic experiences for your prospects and constituents without really any intervention from you or your team. So this is the edition most often utilized by our clients. And lastly, there is the Enterprise Edition, which provides sophisticated journeys across channels, brands, and geographies. So Enterprise includes everything that the Corporate Edition offers, plus the ability to manage multiple businesses from within a single Marketing Cloud engagement instance, and it benefits from real-time big data segmentation. The pricing information for the various editions is available on the Salesforce website. And for those of you who currently have a Salesforce account executive, don't hesitate to reach out to initiate a Marketing Cloud conversation. So in this section, we're going to cover a few key features within Marketing Cloud engagement that we believe will benefit the nonprofit community the most. But it is important to highlight that there is a lot of valuable functionality that we don't have time to cover today. And we'd be happy to dive into those additional features in future sessions. So, please reach out and let us know what interests you the most. So these are the three topic areas that we're going to cover today, and that's email marketing and personalization, triggered communications, and then some advanced capabilities. So at this point, I'm going to hand things over to Adam.
Thanks, Leanna. Because everybody, including your constituents and prospects, receives so much email marketing communication these days, it's critical to take advantage of every opportunity to help your messages stand out among the crowd. And though there are many ways to do so, we believe that personalizing your messages will be the most impactful. Marketing Cloud's combination of email building tools, data management, and automation gives you all of the tools necessary to produce highly personalized messaging. The email builder includes many pre-built responsive templates that serve as a perfect starting point for your email templates and messages. You can use these right out of the box by simply replacing the placeholders with your own content and imagery, or you can mix and match sections from different templates to build a solution that is perfect for your needs. And regardless of the approach you choose, you get full control over every line of code that is included within your messages. This screenshot displays the selection of basic templates that come pre-installed with Marketing Cloud, but you can see toward the top left corner that there is also a collection of empty templates, themed templates like newsletters and retail or business focused, and an easy way to access your saved templates that you've worked with previously. Personalization strings, often referred to as merge tags, make it easy to include recipient-specific details within the subject, pre-header, and body of your emails. Here you can see a couple of examples of personalization strings in use, including within the body of the email as well as within the subject line. The tags begin and end with 2 percentage sign characters, and they can be typed into place or selected from the dropdown in the WYSIWYG editor along the left side of the screen. You can use this feature with any data that you have access to, and you can set default values or build logic into your templates to account for the possibility of missing data for some of your contacts. Next, we're going to cover another feature that's very closely related. Dynamic content allows you to modify the contents of your messages based on data that you know about your contacts. And it all works dynamically, so you build out the logic and compose the content and images that should appear for each possible scenario, and Marketing Cloud takes care of the rest. Along the left side of this screenshot, Logic is configured for a section of the body of the email that displays one text block if the email recipient is a subscriber to your volunteer opportunities newsletter, and another text block if they subscribe to your donation opportunities newsletter. If they don't subscribe to either newsletter, then no additional text is added. Within our demo, we'll explore this functionality further. A couple of examples of how you can take advantage of this functionality include modifying the hero image, main heading, and featured articles based on your subscribers' interests and their relationship with your organization, or by including a call to action to become a sustaining donor if they are not yet one. Next, I'm going to pass it back to Leanna to discuss another key feature.
Thanks, Adam. So next, we'll review triggered communications in Marketing Cloud engagement. A triggered communication, also known as a triggered email, is a message that is automatically sent to a subscriber in response to an action they took. So you'll use these triggered sends to automatically send relevant and timely messages. Some examples include a welcome email to a brand new subscriber, or an acknowledgement email related to a recent donation or transaction, or a thank you letter for a survey submission or an event registration. So on this slide, we're combining 3 different images to offer a glimpse into the configuration of triggered sends. So in the very top image, sort of spanning from left to right, you can see where to set up these triggered sends within Marketing Cloud. And then within the triggered send, which is seen in the bottom 2 images, and we'll start on the left, you'll define the send classification, the email content, which you've just created in Email Studio, then the subject line and pre-header, and lastly, on the right side, you'll define who should get these messages. So this is the targeting and suppression information. Perhaps most important, triggered emails can be personalized. So you can take what Adam just reviewed regarding personalization and actually apply it to these messages. So again, the goal of triggered sends is to send relevant communications that are highly personalized and timely. So this is a great tool for your engagement strategy, and it fosters relationship building between your organization and your constituents. Last up, Marketing Cloud engagement offers some additional advanced capabilities that take advantage of Marketing Cloud Connect and data. Marketing Cloud Connect is the connector that combines the digital marketing provided by Marketing Cloud engagement with data management and segmentation tools within Salesforce. Fair warning, this topic does get a bit more into the weeds, so we're going to stick to this at a very high level. With this connector comes seamless data flow. So it's offering the ability to pull in data related to Salesforce objects such as contacts and opportunities. This flow of data allows you to trigger marketing communications based on a Salesforce CRM field value, or send email campaigns to segments created and stored in Salesforce. And it also adds engagement data from Marketing Cloud to Salesforce contact records. So what you can see on this slide is a glimpse into the connector. The top image displays the Salesforce objects Marketing Cloud engagement will recognize. So in this case, our demo environment recognizes the Salesforce objects of contact, lead, and user. And then in the bottom portion of this image, you can see the Salesforce contact field mapping, which is set to sync with Marketing Cloud engagement attributes. So at the end of the day, this flow of data helps to ensure a single view of your constituent to end users, which makes it much easier to send relevant and tailored content. Within Marketing Cloud engagement, you can activate Einstein features. And for the purposes of this webinar, this relates to artificial intelligence functionality. So Einstein features use customer engagement data to make predictions. And the more data you have, the more powerful the prediction. And while there are many Salesforce features, or not Salesforce, Einstein, while there are many Einstein features worth exploring, we're going to take a look at messaging insights and send time and frequency optimization. So much like it sounds, Einstein Messaging Insights offers insights into how your email messages and journeys are performing. So once it's activated, you can find the Einstein notifications in the header of Marketing Cloud. Messaging Insights monitors your click rate, your open rate, and your unsubscribe rate of your email sends. So this includes batch email sends along with journey email sends. And where journeys are concerned, Einstein analyzes all email activities of that journey. So if something looks high or low compared to your historic data, an insights note is generated, which can be seen in the image on the left. Einstein uses 90 days of performance data, and it evaluates each journey and each batch send once a day. So if an anomaly is identified, you'd simply select that item from your list view, and then you'll be taken to the Messaging Insights dashboard, which you can see on the right. So in the top portion of the dashboard, you can view send-related information. And then moving from left to right in the bottom portion of this dashboard image, you can review the emails and the number of emails delivered. Then you'll find the unsubscribe rate. And for this image in particular, the unsubscribe rate is the anomaly that was detected. This is then followed by the percentage of change. And then lastly, you see the predicted impact of the anomaly. So one blue dot represents a low impact, whereas 5 blue dots represents high impact. So really think of Messaging Insights as a personal assistant. It's there to help identify any email issues that need to be addressed. Next, we'll review Einstein Send Time Optimization. So this feature determines the best time to send emails to your contacts within a journey. It uses machine learning and 90 days of engagement data to determine the best time to send a message to each constituent within a 24-hour period. So this process looks at many factors, but to name a few, it looks at the number of emails sent to a contact and then the date and time the email was opened. Einstein Send Time Optimization then weighs each factor according to that factor's influence to predict future engagement. And then finally, it recommends a send time for a specific contact. And then to wrap up, before our demonstration, we'd like to review Einstein Frequency Optimization. So it can be challenging for an organization to know if it's sending too many or too few messages to their constituents. And from a nonprofit perspective, if sending too few messages, you might be leaving money on the table. However, if you send too many, you'll likely see an increase in unsubscribes, which then impacts your overall email deliverability. So Einstein Frequency Optimization uses AI to help predict how often you should send emails to a contact. This information can then be used to segment your contacts in Journey Builder based on what Einstein calls saturation level. So the frequency calculations are based on the last 28 days of email engagement and behavioral data. And it includes when messages are sent and opened, as well as unsubscribes. So this model analyzes how send frequency impacts engagement. Then each contact is assigned an engagement frequency score, and they're sorted according to saturated, on target, or undersaturated. And from there, you use a frequency splint in Journey Builder to automatically segment those contacts based on that frequency score. And then you can use these scores to think about your communication strategies. So for those labeled as saturated, perhaps you hold off on sending an additional communication. And for those who are undersaturated, maybe you look at adding additional communications or even new content to that segment within the journey. So once again, one of the cool things about Marketing Cloud Engagement is that it has AI features. So when you invest in a tool like Marketing Cloud Engagement, you have access to the innovation of Salesforce over time. And so when they invest in AI, you get access to those products and advancements.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Leanna. And now we're going to go through a live demo with Adam. So I'm going to give him the screen here and we will get a look inside the tool.
Thanks, Kaya. Oh, here we go. Is that coming through okay?
Looks great.
Great, thank you. Well, during today's demo, we're going to cover three main topics. First, we'll run through a quick introduction to the Marketing Cloud Engagement Platform. Next, we'll explore the features that allow you to personalize your messaging based on the data that you have about your messaging recipients. And finally, we'll look at Journey Builder, including a peek at some of the journey templates that come included with Marketing Cloud Engagement and how to modify them to make them your own. When you first log into Marketing Cloud, you arrive to the dashboard, which includes the journey templates across the top here that we'll explore later, a calendar that displays your scheduled sends for the current week, links to training resources, and lists of the assets that you've been working with most recently. Next, I'm going to walk through the main navigation across the top of the screen here and quickly describe each of the available modules. Email Studio is where you compose, schedule, and send email messages, manage subscribers, and test and track your email messages. Mobile Studio is where you manage all of your mobile messaging, including Mobile Connect for SMS and MMS messaging, Mobile Push for in-app push messaging, and Group Connect for group messaging apps like Facebook Messenger and Line. Some of the available tools are paid add-ons. Those include Social Studio for managing your social media presence, though this tool is being retired later this year. Advertising integrates digital advertising campaigns with Salesforce CRM. Personalization allows you to personalize messaging on your website to include products and services that interest your constituents most. Within Web Studio, you can build landing pages that help introduce your campaigns and collect information from prospects and constituents. Analytics Builder allows you to track and measure the performance of your campaigns and journeys. With Journey Builder, you can build powerful, personalized marketing journeys. Automation Studio is also accessible here, which is where you configure and manage the automations that prepare your data for use throughout the platform. Content Builder allows you to manage your content and assets in a single location, though a lot of this functionality is also available within Email Studio. With Audience Builder, you can create a single view of your customers with information from any source. This is the heart of the contact management features. Einstein represents a variety of AI-powered features like engagement scoring, send time optimization, copy insights, and content selection. And finally, App Exchange is an online marketplace for Marketing Cloud apps and added features. And Package Manager allows you to package journeys and other assets for easy migration to other Marketing Cloud business units and instances. Next, we're going to have a closer look at the personalization features that we highlighted earlier today. For that, we will be working within Email Studio. So I'm going to navigate there now. We have a personalization example email that we'll use to review this functionality. So I'm going to open that email, and then once it comes up, I will choose to edit content to bring up Marketing Cloud's Email Builder tool. First, we'd like to demonstrate how to include recipient data within an email using personalization strings. This is not a unique feature for Marketing Cloud, but it can be very effective for grabbing a reader's attention, and it's very easy to do. Simply click into the section of your email where you'd like to add the personalized data, then place your cursor in the appropriate location and click the drop-down element within the WYSIWYG editor and select the data point that you'd like to include. In this example, we're going to include the recipient's first name. You can also see that this same functionality is available within the subject line interface as well as here within the pre-header interface. It is always possible that some fields will not have data for all of your contacts. So you have options available like setting a default value when you initially configure the data attribute or using conditional code to only include a value when one exists. Next, we'll have a quick look at the dynamic content feature, which allows you to modify the content of your email based on data that you have stored within Marketing Cloud about your contacts. We do have some dynamic content included within this email. When I click the dynamic content component within the email, the left sidebar populates with the logic that we've configured based on which newsletters our contacts are subscribed to. And I know this is a little bit small to read, so I'll describe it for you. First, you set up the default content that you want contacts to see if they don't meet any of the rules configured below. In this example, we have not configured default content since we are just adding content if any of the rules below are met. Rule 1 is configured to insert a content block about volunteering if the recipient is subscribed to our Volunteer Opportunities newsletter. So I'm going to click the edit link here to display the logic for that rule. This is the drag and drop editor that makes it easy to build out the logic that you want to use for your rules. In this case, we're given a list of the attributes available within our selected data extension or database table on the left side of the screen, and we drag the ones that we want to include within our logic to the main body of the screen, and then adjust the filtering rules as needed. So for this rule, we're looking for contacts with a value of true for the volunteer opportunities subscription. Rule 2 is configured to insert a content block thanking the recipient for their interest in supporting our organization financially if the recipient is subscribed to our donation opportunities newsletter. So if we open that up, it looks very similar, except we're looking at the donation opportunities subscription attribute instead of the volunteer opportunities subscription attribute. And at the top of the screen is where we select the content that we want to include if the recipient meets that requirement. One of the things that we love about the dynamic content feature is that it can be used to present different imagery as well as text. And we have an example of this functionality built into our email. If I click on the hero image within the email, you'll see the dynamic content configuration along the left side of the screen again. In this case, we have a photo of the Golden Gate Bridge for contacts who do not meet either of the configured rules. And then rules 1 and 2 use the same logic that we saw within the body of the email, but we're displaying a photo of volunteers for contacts who are subscribed to the Volunteer Opportunities newsletter, and a photo of children benefiting from donations for contacts who are subscribed to the Donation Opportunities newsletter. This is an example of how a powerful platform like Marketing Cloud Engagement can help create a more personalized experience for your audience without you having to do a ton of work on your own. Next, we can use the preview and test feature to display how the email will appear for different contacts. So I'm going to do that by clicking on the preview and test link within the secondary nav bar. Here on the left side of the screen, you can see the attributes for each contact as we cycle through the data extension, and you can see how the email changes depending upon the contact's data. We have 4 contacts configured within our test data extension. Michael Jordan is subscribed to the Volunteer Opportunities newsletter, but not to the Donation Opportunities newsletter. So the hero image and body text are focused on volunteering. Dirk Nowitzki is subscribed to both newsletters. And because the volunteer rule is configured first, he receives imagery and text for volunteers. Lionel Messi is next. He is not subscribed to either of the newsletters, so he gets the default hero image and no additional body text. And finally, Tom Brady is subscribed to the Donation Opportunities newsletter, but not Volunteer Opportunities. So he sees the image of the children benefiting from the donations that the organization has received and the additional donation-focused body text. In addition to the preview feature that we were just looking at, you can also send test versions of your emails to different addresses or records within test data extensions. And you can also generate screenshots via the integrated Litmus service if you have an active Litmus Enterprise account. So next, we're going to turn our focus to Journey Builder, beginning by taking a quick peek at the journey templates that Marketing Cloud makes available, which we saw when we previewed the dashboard for our Marketing Cloud instance. So I'm going to navigate back to the dashboard. These cards across the top of the dashboard are the journey templates, and they include abandoned cart scenarios, an anniversary send, a birthday journey with coupon, event follow-up, path optimizer, email A/B test, a re-engagement campaign, and welcome journeys with and without engagement incorporated. Each of these journey types can be valuable, and some are easier to configure than others. For our demo today, we're going to use the welcome journey with engagement, which is a very common first journey for new Marketing Cloud engagement users. We want to begin by showing how easy it is to start a journey using one of these templates. So I'm going to click on the welcome journey with engagement template, and just a few seconds later, we will have the shell of the journey ready to be configured. In the left sidebar, there's a brief description of the journey, including what you'll need to complete its configuration. In the case of this journey, you'll need a sendable data extension, 5 emails with tracking enabled, and the data that you'll need to personalize those emails. After clicking the Get Started button, the full Journey Builder tool is revealed, including configuration tips for each node within the journey. The journey is configured to use a data extension for its audience, so you will just need an automation or a process for adding new subscribers to the data extension that we'll select. It's also possible to tie the journey directly to an automation within Marketing Cloud or to use an API event instead of a data extension. You can hover over each element within the journey to receive a tip about how best to use it. For example, if I hover over the Welcome One email node, the tip recommends that I acknowledge sign up, set expectations for future content and cadence, and introduce my brand. If we take a quick peek at the full journey, you'll see that everybody receives the same Welcome One email, and then the journey waits 1 day before analyzing your data for an engagement split. For that engagement split, the journey will check to see whether the contact took a particular action, like clicked a link in your first email or submitted a survey that was linked from your first email. If that action was taken, the contact travels down the yes path and receives a second email, waits a day, and then receives a third email before exiting the journey. If the action was not taken, The contact travels down the no path and receives a second version of the first email, which would likely include a stronger case to take the preferred action and perhaps some additional incentive that wasn't offered originally. After waiting another day, another engagement split is analyzed, and if the contact has taken the desired action, they are returned to the original yes path and eventually sent the second and third emails. If the action was not taken, the contact receives a final version of that first email and then exits the journey. Next, we're going to take a few minutes to review an example of how we completed the configuration of our welcome journey before wrapping things up. So I'm going to head toward the journey's dashboard. I'm not going to save this example, but I am going to open up this one. You'll recognize the same layout from the journey template, but all of the elements that were previously grayed out are now appearing in color to represent that they've been configured correctly. I'm going to click on the data extension node. We selected the welcome journey contacts data extension, and we are not filtering the contacts within the data extension because the assumption is that we've pre-filtered the contacts who make it into this data extension. Next, I'll click on the schedule node. The journey is scheduled to run every day and to only evaluate new records, since the assumption is that we would only want our contacts to pass through the welcome journey one time. That's another big thing about a platform like Marketing Cloud Engagement. You can rely on the tool and feel confident that your audience will have a positive experience with your organization's messaging. This is yet another example of how investing in a powerful platform like this can save your staff a headache and improve the experience of your constituents. By clicking on any of the email nodes, you can see a preview of each email, including the ability to modify the emails without leaving Journey Builder. So within this dropdown, I can select edit message and jump right into the email builder, which you'll recognize from earlier in the demo. If I jump back out of there, you can also set and adjust your send configuration directly here within that email node. You might notice that we changed the length of some of our wait nodes from 1 day to 4 days, and that's as easy as clicking on the node and then adjusting the settings here in the panel on the left side of the screen. For our engagement split, we're testing to see if the contact clicked on the main call to action link within the Welcome Journey 1 email. And then within this configuration window, you can see that in addition to clicks, we can also watch for an email open or bounce, and you can specify which link or links within the email would qualify as a successful engagement. In this example, we only have a single link, so it is the only one that appears in the list there. The last feature that we want to highlight is the journey testing tool, which becomes available after you save and validate your journey. Validating the journey can take a minute or two, depending upon the complexity of your journey and on how much activity is taking place on the server when you initiate the validation. It looks like that was quick, which is great. So I can click on the test journey button here. We'll be asked to choose the contacts that we want to use for our testing. We are going to use all 4 contacts that we currently have within our entry data extension. Under the Send Type tab, we have the option of not sending email messages or sending email messages to a single email address that you specify. And for our example, I am not going to send those emails. And finally, the Test Behavior tab describes how the test will be handled. just a few additional configuration details included there. If I go back to the summary screen and click the Start Test button, you'll see the tool thinking for a few seconds, and then it will eventually display the path that each of our 4 contacts took through the journey by using a blue line to trace the path that they took. And so we'll give that just a few more seconds to finish preparing the testing. Great, there we go. So I'll click through our 4 test contacts and describe the experience that they had. It looks like Michael Jordan received the initial email, and 4 days later, the engagement split was checked. He had not yet engaged with the email in the way that we were hoping for, so he headed down the no path, received a second version of that initial email. 4 days later, we analyzed another engagement split, and he had interacted with the second email. So he was returned to the yes path here, along with the audience that interacted with the first email, and will eventually receive the second and third emails before exiting the journey there. Who's this? Tom Brady did not interact with the initial email and did not interact with the second version of that initial email. So he received a third version of the email and then exited the journey soon after receiving that email. Dirk stayed on the happy path the entire time. He received the first email 4 days later. It was determined that he had interacted or engaged with it as we had hoped. So he received the second email and 4 days later the third before exiting. And then Lionel Messi looks like he followed the same path that we saw earlier, where he did not engage with the first email, but did engage with the second. And so he was returned to the happy path and got the second and third emails before exiting the journey. If we had chosen to send emails to a test email address, we could cycle through all of those emails within our inbox and see how they were modified based on the contact's data and the randomized path that they took through the journey. That concludes our demo today. So I am going to pass things back to Leanna to begin to wrap things up.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Adam. I'm going to pull our presentation back up here. All right, Leanna.
Great. Okay, I'm seeing the image now. Just wanted to make sure it's all coming through. So as we wrap up our Marketing Cloud Engagement introduction today, we'd like to conclude with reviewing some of the benefits of this product. So where Marketing Cloud Engagement is concerned, some of the best benefits are flexibility, functionality, and scalability. So Marketing Cloud Engagement is extremely flexible when standing up the tool, but this process can be considered complex. However, once the tool is properly configured, it's fairly straightforward to use. It's also the best choice for organizations who regularly send more than 250,000 emails in a year. However, due to high volume sending, you'll need to manage your own dedicated IP address. Marketing Cloud Engagement offers robust SMS and push notification capabilities, and it easily provides transactional messaging, like a donation or transaction acknowledgement, or a follow-up communication based on an event registration. It also connects directly with Salesforce, and this seamless integration benefits many organizations looking to segment their constituent data based on engagement not directly tied to marketing efforts. And it's a great choice for organizations that have data in multiple systems and require complex data manipulation. Marketing Cloud Engagement provides robust reporting and dashboards, And with that connection to Salesforce Sales or Service Cloud, you're able to include marketing data within standard Salesforce reports. So all in all, Marketing Cloud Engagement is a powerful marketing platform that provides consistent, personalized experiences across channels and applications.
Awesome. Thank you, Leanna and Adam. We have about 10 minutes left here, so we'll go to some of the questions. And I know many of you submitted your questions ahead of time. Thank you for that. So we'll start with those. We had several folks asking about the main differences between Marketing Cloud Engagement, which we just demoed and saw, and Pardot, what used to be called Pardot. It's now called Marketing Cloud Account Engagement, if you see that within Salesforce materials. So Leanna, maybe you could start there. If you could talk just high level about what we know to be some of the main differences between Marketing Cloud Engagement and what was
Yeah.
formerly Pardot.
Sure. Thanks, Kaya. So yeah, I mean, at a very high level, they're both marketing automation tools. So then you might be thinking, how do I choose between the two? And there's lots to consider. So people generally find Marketing Cloud Account Engagement, aka Pardot, easier to use. While it's its own database, it's essentially an app inside Salesforce. So it looks and it feels like it's all one solution. So for our nonprofit clients, administering this tool is typically handled by a Salesforce administrator. Conversely, Marketing Cloud Engagement is its own platform with its own login. So it's a bit more complex to set up, again, because it's a platform. And it's recommended to have a Marketing Cloud administrator who would then work closely with the Salesforce administrator. So Marketing Cloud Engagement is a great option if you have complex data needs, like data spread across multiple systems. So because Marketing Cloud Engagement has the ability to consolidate data through automation, so it just makes things a little bit more seamless and easier. Something else to consider, if mobile messaging is a core part to your marketing strategy, then Marketing Cloud Engagement may be better suited to your needs since that functionality is included with the corporate edition. But that's not to say that it won't work with mobile, or it's not to say it won't work with Marketing Cloud Account Engagement. It's just that it would require an additional tool to meet those messaging requirements. So if you're considering one of these options, definitely don't hesitate to reach out so that we can help you with that assessment of which tool is right for your organization.
Sounds good. Awesome. Thanks, Leanna. Okay, next up, let's talk about, and we had this question submitted ahead of time and submitted live about, does Marketing Cloud Engagement, what we just saw today, integrate with CRMs other than Salesforce? So obviously we have that data connector where it can seamlessly go back and forth between Salesforce and Marketing Cloud. But what if you're not using Salesforce? Can you still use Marketing Cloud? Maybe Adam will go with you on this one.
Yeah, you can. There's a connector available between Marketing Cloud Engagement and Microsoft Dynamics CRM that allows you to use some of Marketing Cloud's functionality from within Dynamics CRM. For organizations using Blackbaud CRM solutions like Razor's Edge and Blackbaud CRM, there are third-party integrations available using tools like Omatic Cloud. So if either of those ideas appeals, please reach out and we'd be happy to discuss them with you.
Awesome. Okay, we had one about using Marketing Cloud for donations. What is this, like online donation forms? So I guess maybe Adam will go with you on this one of, can you use it to send acknowledgements for donations made through a third-party fundraising platform?
Yes, you definitely can, as long as you have a way to get a record of those transactions into Marketing Cloud. That could be done with an API call from the confirmation page or by manually exporting transactions from your fundraising tool and importing them into Marketing Cloud. Another option available is to integrate your fundraising tool with your CRM. And if that CRM is Salesforce, then you can automatically trigger sends out of Marketing Cloud as soon as the related record is created or updated in Salesforce. Not just because you can send those acknowledgments out of Marketing Cloud doesn't mean that you definitely should. All online fundraising tools are configured to send receipts automatically. Um, our recommendation, depending on the specific requirements, is usually to allow those messages to serve as your receipts and to then enter those contacts into a welcome journey within Marketing Cloud, like the one that we reviewed during the demo today.
That makes sense. Thank you, Adam. We have about 5 minutes left, so I'm going to wrap us up here. But thank you so much, Adam and Leanna, for this wonderful hour of Marketing Cloud content. And if any of you have additional questions, please reach out to us. We're happy to help. Um, there are more resources about Marketing Cloud engagement and Pardot and digital engagement strategy in general on our site at teamhaller.com. I'll be sending some of those along with today's recording and the slides. You'll get that email tomorrow. And then if there is an immediate project or consulting or question that you have for us, the best way to get in touch and start getting connected with Adam, Leanna, and the rest of our digital team is to reach out to Jet Winders, who's our Director of Sales and Marketing. His email is on the screen there. So if you have an immediate question or an immediate need, best thing to do is just reach out to him directly and we'll get you some help. And with that, we will wrap up for today. Thank you all so much for joining today's webinar. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. Thanks all.